The origin of Christmas. Your mantra for the week. The Christ within me, not Jesus but the Father, is my ever-constant guide. Christmas is in the air, and people have been asking for more information about the Christ title. Where did it originate, and how long ago? My research shows that the Christ title began in Egypt in 350 BC. The Gregorian calendar did not exist at that time, but it was precisely at the moment Virgo was rising on the east horizon and the sun was in 4 degrees of Capricorn that Egypt celebrated the consecration of the pregnancy of a virgin and the birth of her son Serapis Christus, who was presented in a cradle for the adoration of the people. In today's calendar, that would be December 25th. The Egyptian god Serapis means the father of fire, and Christus represents the presence of God in man. His bishops were known and recognized as the bishops of Christ. As I had mentioned in a previous column, Christ means the spiritual higher self of every individual, the perfect man idea existing eternally in the divine mind. Further research led to Robert Taylor's, not the Hollywood actor, but the British author of Diegesis' exhaustive examination that in antiquity, the birth of the god Mithra, an allegorical type of the sun, was represented to have taken place in a stable and was celebrated throughout the northern world at midnight on December 24th. The 25th is the most celebrated of pagan festivals. Notice that astrology has a very similar thing to say. At the very exact time that Mithra was being birthed by his virgin mother, the constellation Virgo the Virgin was rising on the east horizon at midnight, presiding over the birth of a son in the stable of Augeas, the station of the celestial goat Capricorn. It is also the Jesus of Nazareth story, and 1,500 other personalities that had exactly the same background as Jesus of Nazareth. Please watch part 1 of Zeitgeist, the greatest story ever told, on YouTube for confirmation. They were all born of a virgin on December 25 with 12 apostles, and they all rose not on the third day, but on the third sign after Capricorn, which would make it the sign Aries, or the first day of spring. In ancient times, the first god that humanity worshipped was the sun, and many believe that in the evening, God died and rose again as the sun rose. The most well-known of these personalities was named Zoroaster, who lived in Persia at least 600 years before the time of Jesus. Legends have it that he was born of a virgin, and about the age of 30, he went about preaching that God is good and he was our Father. He urged people to think good thoughts, speak only good words, and do a lot of good deeds. Also, that at the end of time there will be a resurrection and final judgment. Furthermore, he also healed the sick and cast out demons by his spoken words. The established priesthood at that time had him killed, and his followers believed he rose to heaven. Later, these followers formed a religion based on his life. It was called the Zoroastrian or Parsi religion. Zoroaster's teachings have a striking similarity to the Jewish and Christian beliefs in resurrection, the devil, angels, demons, the final judgment, paradise, which is the Zoroastrian word for heaven, and hell. According to the Gospel of Matthew, Zoroastrian priests or magi brought gifts to the baby Jesus, known as the Epiphany or the Three Kings story. I trust that this column will serve as an epiphany for many readers. Have the merriest Christmas ever, for this is a celebration of all that is good. Good thoughts, good words, and good deeds, while remembering that good is synonymous to God. And so it is.